What's going on, YouTube? This your boy Disco, and I'm not gonna lie. I had to post this because I got some major inspiration, and I was just sitting here thinking about everything, existence, the universe, and man, let me tell you. Now, this is just a humble opinion of mine. This isn't, you know, fact or anything. This is just like a theory, a working theory in progress, essentially. So, I believe that meditation and prayer are the same thing. It's the dang near the exact same. Now, I just spoke to a buddy of mine, and he was like, "Yeah, it's a little different because with meditation, you're just thinking. In prayer, you're actually putting something towards a higher being, and I get that. I understand that. It's just that you see, my with my working theory, everything has to do with energy. Everything. Nothing can be achieved without energy. And I started thinking, and I'm not gonna lie, it got pretty deep mentally because I was thinking, I'm like, okay, somewhere in the Bible, uh, don't quote me on it. I could have sworn I've seen it, but somewhere in the Bible, Yahweh said that He will not interfere with free will of us, the free will of us. And I got to thinking, and I was like, and I was thinking, like, what if he won't because he can't? Now, hear me out, because I know a lot of y'all are thinking, well, he's God, he can do whatever he wants. I understand you feel that way. But with energy, you see, energy is very special. You know, energy energy is both will and causality. You cannot will yourself to do something unless you put energy into it. You put the energy into doing it. And as far as causality goes, when I say causality, I mean something is basically like, okay, because you passed away, the angel of death comes and collects your spirit or your energy. Cause, effect. It is essentially the reaping and the sowing. And and going back to meditation and prayer, I say that because what if, okay, so there's Yahweh, there's God, and then there's energy. Now, God is he's the top. He's everything. However, what if God is, to put it this way, Jesus is the human version of God, and God is the godly version of energy. What if God is the ultimate avatar of energy. Well, for energy. He's basically the. What if he's basically the he's basic. What if he's the physical form of energy? Not physical because he's omnipotent, but what if he's the omnipotent version of energy? You know, he's a mass. He's the master controller of energy. Now that doesn't now disco. You know, you just said that he can. If he's the master controller, won't that mean he can control free will too? No. When I say master controller, I mean he can freely expend and absorb energy. And he has pretty much an infinite amount of energy. But here's the thing. He absorbs energy. And what do you do when you meditate? You absorb energy and channel it through your spirit. Hmm? God essentially meditates. God meditates. That's why for those who say, "Oh no, meditation is blasphemy." No, it is not. You are doing exactly what God intended for you to do. He said it himself. Your body is a temple. What do you do when you meditate? You're cleaning house. You're cleaning the tabernacle. You're cleaning your temple. Sure, you can eat healthy. Sure, you can fast. You can even pray. But meditation, that is the ultimate cleansing of your inner G, inner God. Now, one thing I can't understand is when people are like, "We are gods." No, we are God like, but we are not gods. To call yourself a god, you're essentially putting yourself on the same level as your creator. And that's not right. That's why he's the greatest programmer. He's the greatest mathematician. And I'm about to break that down too right now. With mathematician, with programming. Even scientists prove this. When they looked into organisms like plants, animals, grass, even us, down to our DNA, all of our genome sequences were in numerical order. For example, we got nucleotides and cytosine and a couple of other things I can't remember off the top of my head, but it goes in the sequence of 5565. Numerical. And if you look in Strong's Concordance, it says Yod He Vav He, Yahweh. I looked that up myself. You can too. Don't take my word for it. Look everything I said up and try to find an answer for yourself. Because this is just the answer I found for myself. My answer may not be your answer. That's why I said this is just my opinion. And for my last point, I wanted, not even point, my last working theory, well, the last part of the theory I was saying, this is why I say energy is definitely in tandem with God. God is energy. Because if you think of it like this, and I'm not trying to be condescending and talk down to you, but I don't want to talk too fast either. But if you think of it like this, uh, the Bible says God made the world in 7 days, and He created other planets and all that fun jazz. But when you think about it, yeah, He could have done it, but it never would have been successful. He never would have been able to create us unless He put His energy into it. Unless He breathed His energy of life into us, into the organisms, into the planets, to the stars. Basically, my ending theory is nothing in existence is possible without energy. Not chakra, energy. So, yeah, I was just thinking about that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Feel free to like and subscribe. Tell me your thoughts. I'm super interested to hear it. Like, I love brainstorming, so feel free to tell me, heck, whatever you feel. Peace.